All right, this is going to be a brief video on the quadratic formula. Now, we've been working with quadratics where we have an equation that has an x squared. If we were working with linear, it would be to the x to the power of 1. So anytime you see an equation where you have a power of 2, that means we're looking at a quadratic equation. Now, the quadratic formula is the simplest and easiest thing to use when you may not want to factor, or it's too messy, or you just don't feel like factoring. Now, factoring may not always be successful. The quadratic formula will always find a solution. Now, what you need to identify in every equation is specific variables. You need to be able to identify your A, your B, and your C. And they're just looking at numbers. We're looking at the numerical coefficients of the quadratic. And what we're going to be doing is using those coefficients and plugging them into what's called the quadratic formula. So let's go ahead and look at the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is where x is equal to negative b positive negative square root b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Now, as long as the a is greater than 1, this will work. Now, you also want to make sure you have the quadratic in order. You want to have it where it's A, B, C. So if it's not in that formula, you want to put it in there. Now, let's start with an extremely simple expression. Let's look at, let's do x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Now, this is a quadratic that will factor very easy. So we know we're going to have our parentheses, x, they're both set equal to 0. And I know it's going to have one positive and one negative because my c is a negative 4. Two numbers that add together that give me 3, but when I multiply, give me 4. So I know my answer is going to be x plus 4, x minus 4, and when I simplify them set equal to 0, I know my x-intercept is going to be negative 4 and 0. And I know my second leg of my parabola is going to be positive 1 and 0. Now, let's look at this as we were using the quadratic formula. The first thing you always want to do is make sure you have your exponents in descending value. What that means is we want to be 2, then the 1. If something is missing, put a 0 in for it. So the first step in the formula is I always like to write it. So this way I remember to plug it into the correct spots. So I'm going to rewrite my formula. B squared minus 4ac, and I know I'm going to divide it by 2a. Now, where am I getting these letters? I'm going to use the exact formula that we used right here. So the formula I'm going to use is just going to be x squared plus 3x minus 4. And again, I'm going to keep it set to 0 because I know 0 is going to be the x. Now, the first step you want to do is you want to identify. I want to identify my a value, my b value, and my c value. Remember to take the integer sign with you. So my a is 1, my b is 3, and my c is negative 4. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these values and I'm going to plug them into my expression. So I have negative 3 plus minus the square root 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 4, all divided at the end by 2 times 1. So now let's clean this up. Negative 3, we would have negative 3 plus minus square root 3 squared is 9 minus negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. All over 2. From here, I'm going to clean it up some more. I'm cleaning under my radical sign. 9 plus 16 is 25. All divided by 2. Okay. From here, I have negative 3 plus minus. The square root of 25 is 5. All divided by 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate this expression. I will have my positive and I will have my negative answers. So we have negative 3 plus 5 divided by 2. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2 divided by 2 equals 1. Now on the other side, we have negative 3 minus 5 divided by 2, which goes to negative 5. Negative 3 is negative 8 divided by 2, which gives me negative 4. So if I was to write these as my x values, I still have x equals 1, 0. And my second x is going to equal negative 4. And I'm just putting them into coordinate form because I know eventually we're going to be graphing. You do not have to do this unless it asks you. If it asks just for the x value, please just put the x value because that's all it's asking you to do. Okay, let's try another one. Let's do one that's a little bit difficult, more at a higher level. So we have 2x squared minus 4x minus 3 equals 0. Now, I just don't feel like factoring these, so I want to use my quadratic formula. The first thing I'm going to do is write my quadratic formula. I highly suggest for those of you who are not good at memorizing formulas, this is one you really want to try to memorize. So it's negative b, positive negative answer, square root, b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Now that I have my formula, I want to identify what my a value is, my b value, and my c value. I know my a is 2, my b is negative 4, and my c is negative 3. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug these values into my quadratic expression or quadratic formula. So b, I have negative 4 plus minus. B is negative 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 3. All divided by 2 times 2. All right, now we clean this up. Negative and a negative is a positive 4. So we get 4 plus minus. Now, negative 4 squared is 16. Negative 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 8 times negative 3 is positive 24. All divided by 4. Okay, I'm going to erase this a little bit because I wrote it way too long. Okay, next step. I'll clean it up a little bit more. So now I have 4 plus minus the square root of 40 divided by 4. Now, notice my radical, 40. I can simplify that. And please be aware, these are things you are still going to have to do. Okay, so let's bring it back down here. I'm going to unsquare. So remember, a square root of a times the square root of b is the square root of c. So let's look at this. We have 4 plus minus, I'm going to write the whole thing out, square root of 4 times the square root of 10, all divided by 4. Okay, from here, I'm going to have 4 plus minus 2 square root 10 divided by 4. Now, what if you notice there are some common values in this? If we look, and I want to choose a different color. If we look, the 4, the 2, and the 4 all have a common factor of 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide them by 2. And when I do that, I can simplify my expression just a little bit. So with that, I now have 2 positive negative square root of 10 divided by 2. Notice I can't touch what's inside my radical sign. However, I can take these values here, and as long as they share a greatest common factor of 2, I can take and simplify it. So what I'm going to do now is separate it. I have 2 plus square root of 10 divided by 2 and 2 minus square root of 10 divided by 2. Now, without having a calculator, you would not be able to graph these because you would have to round them, put it into a calculator. But what you would also be able to do is most tests and most state assessments would allow this as your answer. Additionally, you would be able to leave it in this format as long as you pretty much showed the work above, because they're going to see you understand what you're doing. Now, I hope that this helped you understand how to use the quadratic formula.